Lizard.
Fox behind the tree is here first.
Lizard.
Grey Wolf _G4L just claimed second.
The Lion Creative. Welcome in, everybody. How you doing? It's a Monday. Hello, sweetie. How are you? What's up? Huh? Hi. Okay. Okay. Can you pick a place? Can you pick a place to be, please? Thank you. Not for you. Come on, move. Thank you, as always. Oh, she's in a mood right now. All right. So we have the sword. That needs to get squared away with her. I don't like what the sword is doing. I feel that it's missing something. Like out of all of the stuff that's on this figure, that feels like completely and utterly out of place, and that bothers me. So we're gonna repaint it. Because I can. How you doing today, Lion? You feeling better? Better, yes. Good, no. Oh, well. Look, all we can do is hope for better, and that's about it. Um, I'm looking forward to getting my malediction stuff primed because I have it ready to be primed. I was going to do it at lunch, but it was taking too long to get them on the basis, so I will probably do that tomorrow during lunch, and then go from there. You did get a rest, which was nice. That usually does tend to help. Rest is always awesome. See, even just doing that dark green, I feel like it's better already. Oh, itchy nose. Whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Are you finally calming down, sweetie? Okay. You know I love you. Ba. I feel like I'm on the right path. We just need to keep fleshing the idea out. Happy Moon Day to you too, Hack and Slash Minis. I don't know why I say Hack and Slash. It's Hack Slash Minis. Every time I see it, I think of Hack and Slash from Reboot. So my brain goes Hack and Slash. Hack and Slash Minis. How you doing today? How fares your moon day? Hootie! Wait, hold, everybody stop. Please pause. Everybody, please pause. Please pause. Hootie changed his Twitch color from orange to green, and my life is now in shambles. Nerd Holla came in here and said, "Sup, champ? I don't know what to do with my day. My brain just broke." my brain, it's broken. Please find and return one brain cell. Please and thank you. Well, good evening to Nerd Holla. If you're not, give her a follow. They are lots of fun. Give them a follow. But if it's sticky and covered in glitter, does that mean I'm just going to be doing a disco thought? Like, are we just going to be to the rave now with Hans and Franz? Yeah. That sounds awesome, Hack. Calablon! Beetle and Grimm told me over the weekend that the work that they are sending me isn't going to slow down anytime soon. So it looks like you're about to become a professional sculptor. Aw, yeah. Good evening, Kelly. How are you? How fares your day? Ooh, awesome. Sitting down some nom noms. What you got for nom noms? What you got for them nom noms? All right. The black and white wasn't working, but I feel like the green is working a little bit better. Where's the dwarf? The dwarf's in the done pile. The dwarf's in the done pile, Hootie. Do you want me to go get the dwarf for you? Well, I'm gonna need now. I need to start writing a small little story for the Hootie dwarves, right? Um, Cultural fusion going on. Got some chapche. Love chapche. Love chapche. Chapche is. I will break a diet in a fast for chapche. That stuff right there is just pure gold. So, here's your dwarf, Hootie. I think the story that I'm going to go with is that this is the adventurer that went out and was looking for his 3 friends and is on his way back to town because he got ambushed by the pigs. He has an axe sword. I can't control what Reaper sculpted it as, right? You got to take it up with potentially Jason Weeby because I paint a lot of his stuff for some reason. Uh, nope, it's Warlock. He sculpted that one. Hi, sweetie. So, the 3 dwarves got ambushed by the 3 little piggies that decided to take revenge on the dwarves. He got away, and he's on his way back to town to find the gambling and the drinking dwarves to say they got to go help their friends before they become my little piggy dinner. I haven't had chapche or made it in a while. That's 4 other folks. Exactly. Yeah, one of them's bound to have an axe. You may have sent an email to the malediction team, Lion? What? Whoa, 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 whoa. Also, good morning, Mama Lion. I hope you're doing well this morning or evening, depending on your point of view. No, I didn't say. I said I got surprised. It was a surprise attack. Therefore, anything could happen. None of them are berserkers, so. My day was, in fact, long and dumb as well, and frustrating. What's up, sweetie? Hi. Hey, what you doing? They got Sleepy and Bashful Tour. They got the ones that busted in the kegs too early. That's who they got. What's up? Mhm. Hi. How are you? Yeah, she's not happy. Yesterday she tried to go outside, so I put her in her harness, and then while she was in her harness, I let her out. I gave her flea and tick medicine as well. Also, Catra, the veterinarian would like to say happy birthday to you. Congratulations. You now, I believe, are 3 years old. Um, so she joining the Long and Crappy Day Club. The work meetings on my day off are complete. The moment you said work meetings on my day off are complete, it is a really bad day. Your game needs dwarves. Hack. Make Hootie earn the dwarves. Take a page out of the GW book and have them all be assembly required and make it the worst dwarf gyrocopter you humanly possibly could find. What Mama Lion said. Yeah, the Macho Taco dwarf lucher. Let's be careful with that. Let's be careful with dwarf lucher late. Loud. My word. How you doing, sweet? Luca. Nope. Give up. Give up. Stop. Stop. You cannot say the word. Luchador. I could say it the first time, but now that it's like Lucha Libre, I'm like, whoop, whoop. Mm-hmm. But the luchadors would be a lot of fun. So much fun. That's the movie with Jack Black in it. Some might say, Hack, this nacho joke. Nacho! Hello, spoon handle. I may go look for these and see if I can get a set. And we'll add them to the Dwarven Hootie pile. And create a legend lore around the the Taco Libres. And how they're on the quest for the one spicy pepper. One suplex at a time. It is a wild spoonie. Spoon jumped from the spoon portion of the drawer to the fork portion of the drawer. Are you forking kidding me? Hi, sweet. How are you? I cannot paint right now. I got grabbed by a kid and used as a shovel in the yard and then left. Suplex and peppers? You must be making salsa now. Yes. I like where this is going, Kelly. I like where this is going, Kelly Bloom. Hey, that is my hand you're chomping down on, sweetheart. Essentially, yes. I love you dearly, sweetie. You got that spicy tail going there, sweetie. Okay. What's up? All right. Bye. Goodbye. Yes, I like the green idea better. Um, it's going. It's one of those days where you're just like, it's over. We did the thing. We acquired the acquisition of income for future projects. Yeah, I'm just getting tired of it being any other day, honestly. Never saw the Minecraft movie. Never saw it. Hi, sweetie. How are you? Ba-da-ba. No. Oh, she's walked away. I think I'm over my desk for a smidge. All right. Can I help you right now, sweetie? Just funsies. She's just a funsies. Um, I don't do much I don't do any commission work, so most of it's just really fun for me, learning to paint better, trying to grow as a painter. Um, it just she was one that I had pulled out that was, hey mechanic, hey there Frankenstein. So I painted her, I guess, oh god, 2020. This is her repaint kind of deal. I was going through the Bone 6 Kickstarter and she was in there. I was like, okay, I'll paint her. I primed her up and I was going to paint her. I was just like, let me continue to see what I can do. Of course, as I do this, I've got green on the inside. On the inside, I was doing like the brown and the magenta to kind of match up with her armor and the leg. That's right there. So just kind of that's and about. Yeah. And I mean, this was rough. I had just learned of like the Reaper non-metallic triad. So I did all of the armor and the triad trying to learn and realized it's going to take a little bit more work than I thought. And she is actually originally metal. And this was just a recast in plastic. But everything's just a little bit better now from the basing. I need to paint something up there. But for the most part, I always paint for myself. I don't feel comfortable taking on commissions from personal. Could I? Probably. Do I want to? No. So a lot of what I do is just for funsies. Entering some stuff into ReaperCon. I don't know if you've seen what I've been working on for it. So she's been fussed with quite a bit. With Conwa, not Conwa. Just a chibi to have enough up there on the case. And then the big project that has been taking a lot of my time. The diorama that I've been working on. Once I get them to a state that I can glue them all on the base, I'll be happy. But I'm going to start working on focusing on the base off stream. Get it squared away and done. So I can push forward and start getting more of that stuff on there. Fixing it in a fixed state. And then for a Reaper proper piece, I'll be in Chimera. I want to do a study and all over it and see what I come up with. Yeah, this is the goofiness of it all. It's a lot of fun. The legally distinct demigod. Yes. Yes, you are correct. I was looking up what it was. I found the art for it, and I was painting up something. I started doing what I was doing the base because I'd gotten the base and like the colors that it was at, and I was like, oh, what if I assumed everything was in like a blue, um, just kind of like that blue cave light all across. I was like, that'll be kind of fun. Just do it in blue and gray. You won't lose your mind on that at all. Spoilers, I'll probably lose my mind on that. But it'll be a lot of fun, and it'll actually be kind of an interesting piece once it's squared away and done. Just because you can trying to push textures across that entire piece is going to be the name of the game. Bum, bum, bum. But how are you doing tonight, Frankenstein? I hope your Monday was well. I think we all have had the exact same reaction to Monday and saying that I'm glad it's over. Hi, Splitch. How are you? Yay! Hammering those Mundo. Welcome in, Splitch. How are you doing? I hope your day is going well. If not, you're in the right spot. We've all had seemingly a semi poo-poo Monday, so joins the club. Bum, bum. Not too bad. A little tired. I mean, we're all a little tired these days. If you want to know what brings you in, Splish, let us know. You want to hang out, lurk, that's A-OK as well. We're pretty chill here, just painting and goofing off. The only serious questions we have is what's for dinner. I had leftover smoked ribs, beans. It's delicious. Red beans and rice. Sounds delicious. But red beans are the one. That's one thing I can't get into. It's taken me a lot to get into pinto. But I've never had red beans and rice, so. Stir fry. Oh, yeah. Stir fry is tasty. Maybe I should make that this weekend since I have to get chicken anyway. Beef stir. Delicious. I usually buy 5 pounds of thighs and breasts from the meat market, so I'll portion it out to 2 breasts to 1 thigh. I usually have leftover of something, and that would be a great chop it up and put it in a stir fry. Make rice up in the morning and spread it on a sheet pan and let it get chill. with noodles. Yum, 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 yum. Not trust reset. Okay, a little bit easier to see. Actually, that would be good too. A Mongolian beef. Kind of like this. Which won't be that hard, considering. Highlight. Mm. And we're back. Backstreet's back. All right. What's up, sweetie? Hmm? Hmm? What's up? What's wrong? What do you mean, morale? What do you mean, brrrr? Huh? I know. It's just one of those that I can't ever stop. Hi, sweetie. How are you? Well, we got a stretch. Someone did a redeem for a stretch. Can we get a stretch? What's up? I can't believe Mama Lion was a Backstreet fan. I thought it would be NSYNC for life. I'm kidding. It's a joke. You okay? Boy bands for life. Did you convert to BTS, Mama? Hi. Hey, can we not drink my water? No, seriously, stop drinking the paint water. No, stop drinking the paint water. What's up? Everybody thinks I'm this cruel and terrible cat dad sometimes because you're constantly just complaining about everything that's going on in this house. Let's not drink out of the wet palette, but I understand, Mama Lion. I too am tired.
Someone just followed. Who is that? Freya's _ Valkyrie.
Welcome in, Freya's _ Valkyrie. How are you? Uh, we going, sweetie? What's up? Okie dokie. Goodbye. Hello. Welcome in. I am Painty Paint Paints. We paint primarily fantasy things. On Mondays, we mix our own palette from a primary palette. I've been leaning on the CMYK a little bit for a while now, or at least for most of the new year. I have been. So she's all painted up from colors that we hand mixed, and we are experimenting as we go. No words and lo-fi, please and thank you. Sometimes I have a lovely assistant, Catra. That is being very much a kitten today. Oh, seriously. Lo-fi. No words. Not a complicated conversation. No words. No words. What's up? It's from Bone Six, specifically. I believe. Yes, she was. I'm pretty sure she's Bone Six. It's Jada Twinsuns. Can you stop drinking out of that, please? I had the original metal one back in the day. So she came out of the box primed, and she came out of the box. I primed her up, and she's been sitting in my to be painted box for a while now. So she is the re-release from Bones 5, or potentially the black. It's hard to tell sometimes. What you doing? Huh? You want to be a helper? Are you? Oh my god! Hold on. Hold on. We need a kitty break really quick. Kitty break. What's up? You want to say hello to our new viewer? You want to say hello to Freya's Valkyrie? Oh, well, hello. Hello. How are you? What's up? Yes, hi. Hi. Hello. How are you, gorgeous? Did you have a good nap? Was there something outside that you wanted to show me? Is that what's going on? Hmm? Hmm? Okay. Really don't like it when you're drinking out of the wet palette. Find one corner where there's a puddle of water. It's like, excuse me, I'm going to drink out of this now. I'm sorry, mind your way right now? Okay. You can crash out right there. That's okay, sweet. Let's start crashing out on the middle of my workspace while I'm trying to stream. A little bit more like that. I think I like that better. I did not like the black and white metallic metal that I did. I decided to repaint it.
Thank you, Johnny Jeans Minis coming in with the awesome people.
Yup. Johnny Jean coming in with that green is not a creative color. We all know this. How you doing, Johnny? Thank you for the follow, Underhive Hero. We're not give Johnny Jean a follow. Lovely painter. Great man. An egg. Egg. Not a lot of green on her. I have a little bit on her cloak. Nearly done with the Doomstalker now. I was talking to Valhu last night, and he was like, yeah, Johnny was doing straight green. I was like, oh, and I missed it. I didn't get a chance to pop in and be like, green is not a creative color. But I hope you're doing well on your Mondays. Superb. Just in from the weekly game club. How's that? How was your weekly game club? Was it a great time? Can I move this camera? Okay, my love. Ultramarine stomped your nids. Oh no, that's no fun. That is no bueno. Do check out Johnny's stream. They're a lot of fun. So much fun. He just took all of the reboot Gillimans. So there's Reboot Gilliman, Robert Gilliman, Gilliman, R. Gilliman. Picking out dry paint from your citadel pots. Rot-row. That doesn't sound like fun, Johnny. I hope it was all the green. Blade guards, Victor guards, 2 gladiator lancers. All right. Let's see how we can say this. All right, so Reboot Gilliman was protected by the Blade Guard veterans, Vitrix guards, 2 gladiator lancers, 3 intercessors with space lances, the lancers of the space, 2 custodies, and a partridge in a pear tree. Calibite green, no let. See, Johnny? See, this is why green is evil. This is why green is evil. I kind of like her sword, the repaint. Kind of like it where it's at. I need stuff. Let's Yeah, Monera's. Oh, all right. Hold on. I'm terrible with all of this, so give me a second. Hold on. I have something you will laugh at under Hive. Give me 1 second. So for ReaperCon, so for Reaper miniatures, during October they will do like what's known as a ghoulie bag, which is just a goodie bag that contains some paints and it contains a miniature and it usually contains some candy. And every so often they'll send you a rock. It is a stamped rock that Reaper sends you from their random lots of things that they go and they, yeah. And they get. I was talking to a user one night and they said, you can paint the rock and enter it into ReaperCon. So I had a extra Space Warrior hanging around from something that I bought from a 3D printer. So I used it and placed it on the underside. We're going to call it a word bearer adjacent. And we have the Rock of Ultramar on Tactical Marine. With a goblin green base and a green rim as well. I freehanded all of this simple. We do goofy things. If you're looking for serious business painter, you're not going to find one here. Tyrannid Whorehammers? Oh man, that sounds hilarious. Wait a minute. Hold on. You had to ask Johnny Jeans Minis. The man that introduced me to Don't Hug Me, You're Scared, and green is not a creative color if it's a fairly funny list. Yes. Yay! Thank you for the lurk, Darth Rosie. If it was a 3,000 point game, how did he bring all of the named characters? Like, Reboot Gilliman's like 1,500 his own rate, right? Oh, well, this Ultramarine is failing. He now needs he needs Bobby G. He needs Bobby G, the OG Tyrannid Stomper. Be like, it's me, Mario. I got you. Okay. Yeah, see, Spoon? Johnny likes me. Also, it's nice to know that wherever you started your lurk or your raid into somebody that had kept the train going so long, that Johnny brought you in. Ah, all right. Who wants a funny story or a weird story? Oh, we'll find a way. We'll find a way to make 361 bottles fit on board. Thank you very much. All right. When I bought my house, God knows how many years ago, there was a place out in the back side of the house. I finally took it down, and I had it piled up, and I said something to my neighbor who had a tree fall, and his son was going to come and pick it up and remove it. I said, "Hey, can I add my stuff to your stuff, please and thank you?" He's like, "Oh yeah, sure, that's not a problem." I'm like, "Okay, thank you. You're doing me a solid. I'll help you with whatever you need help with." So we finally moved the stuff from my house across the street to his pile. My other neighbor sees new wood possibilities, so walks over to the pile and takes out some of the bigger chunks of like sturdy wood to back to his house. So every time that I look over, every so often, I see him outside cutting down the wood that used to be right here. So I took it, moved it to one corner, then moved it across the street. Then he brought some of it back and over to his yard. Are you serious? It is hilarious to me that he did that. I They're weird. I didn't know they were in town. They're actually from Taiwan. So the mom and the dad often come and go. So I never know when they're in town. But the mom is super nice. I've met her a couple of times. She when I she came back in and she looked at my house and she's like, I really like your siding. Can you offer something? Can you tell me where it came from? I was like, yeah, it came from here. They decided not to go with it and went with something else completely. It's like, okay. That was actually kind of interesting with when they came out to measure the house. They flew it with a drone. So I heard like this drone going all day. I heard this drone going for like a couple minutes. I'm like, are you freaking serious? But they took it, they flew it around the house to stitch it and get square footage of all the stuff and capture all the different areas. Because they ended up stripping it and redoing hardy plank on it again, which is like, why? You know how this is going to end. You have a great night under Hive Hero. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for stopping by. Be safe and enjoy. And get some good rest. Yeah, I like her. I like it a lot better. A lot better. I like it much more better. But he could have. And it had been there for like a couple. But he wasn't in town, so. Catch you in the week. Be safe, Johnny Jean. Thank you for the raid. Be awesome. Sleep well and dream of not green. Yup. Ba-na-na. I think we're going to call her done. Not really getting any more enjoyment out of her. I like where she's at in terms of color. I did not expect to enjoy the colors that I got so quickly out of her. So, slide her to the side. Hello. How are you? We are working on swapping up to a different miniature. We're going to do probably this anti-paladin turtle. I'm doing swell. I am doing swell. It's a great day. We are on stream. Got to finish something and feel accomplished by it. It's always a good feeling. Cadaver Collector Mini. No, I have not. That is one that I have not done. Bakawari. I am looking for a photo. Give me a second. There it is. I was looking for the type of tortoises that I had found at one point. So we are probably going to do a Burmese star. Or red-footed? Would a red-footed tortoise be cool? So this is what I'm looking at. We have this guy, the red-footed tortoise, which could be kind of cool to do that black to red. Or we have this guy, which caught my attention, was Burmese star tortoise. So it's actually red. So you can do a lot of red and oranges, kind of like what I just did, to get me away from the blue. Which is okay, because at some point I'm going to do this figure in all blue, which is going to be a study in blue. So much. Yeah, I was just looking at the different types. And I'm kind of thinking maybe we do the red-footed. Because that'll give him a really creepy look. Because I was just kind of looking up different types of patterns, because the Burmese star tortoise could be kind of cool too. To get like that dark red on the back side of the shell, and then the inner pieces could be that bright yellow. Need a different brochures for dang sure though. That's why I start painting. Throw it on there. Judge Claw. I am the Claw. He's been primed for a while now. I just never painted him. And he's been staring at me from my to be painted bin for Lord knows how long now. And I finally was like, I am probably going to finish Jada Twinsuns, so I will paint up. I need something to paint up. So, yeah. I need a piece of paper. Essentially, yes. That's exactly what was happening. So, to the left of me is my primed and ready bin of miniatures. I don't always paint the same thing every night. Tonight I'm finishing up Jada Twinsuns. So on Monday nights, um I mix all my own colors for my color palette. So I'm using just the primaries from Chimera's Velvet range. It's kind of CMYK-ish, so it's kind of fun to mix all of your own colors and make them all from whatever you have on the palette.
Catra Garcia's artwork just showed up with 2 viewers. Hope
Welcome in, Garcias. How are you and how are you? Hope you had a fun stream. For art and glory. Oh. So we'll mix up my own palette from that. So I will prep a bunch of miniatures and be ready to go with them. So this is just a bunch of random D&D heroes from Phone 6. I forget where he came from, but he was always like really cool. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna paint him. It's gonna be epic. And I'm like, oh, he's kind of sat there for a while. What were you up to tonight, Garcias? Hi, how are you? Yes, and I have a cat that helps me, or tries to help me. Oh. On Sunday nights, we paint up like cute things. I've been working on these underwater fae. She's nearly done. I have 2 more that I'm going to do with the orange teal palette and kind of call done. On Wednesday we do board games. I may quickly paint her up or finish painting up the demi-human queen. Paper dragon mini. You painted up the elites of the Halo and the tank for Blood Angels. Awesome. Hi. How are you, sweetie? Do not bite my brush. What's up? You want to say hello? You want to say hello to Garcias? Get a little meow meow for the Garcias. They're the leader of the cat gang. They raid for art to glory. They try to steal all the Nuka-Cola. Love you, sweet. I actually do have not a full paper dragon, but I do have one from Skinny Minis because I thought about it to get a D&D campaign going, but Start. Ba, 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 ba. He's a spiky turtle. Very spiky boy. Very spiky boy. Reference photo, go. So we're definitely going to cheat some. Just a smidge. And if you were in one of Cyclops' streams, I could see that. The trees did hurt her. Lumberbean, thank you for the follow. We're at 510 followers. Awesome. Bye, ants. Bye, ants. Finding and lurking, so much to do. I mean, there's always so much to do. We're like Peterbilt truck drivers, Darth Rosie. We don't ever stop buying Peterbilts. I mean, we're going to continuously do it all the time. What ends up happening is that we end up in hell, and it's like, oh, here's a new box of Warhammer miniatures. I will say this, though. I did catch up on my backlog once. And then I fell into Kickstarter and never caught back up. What was for dinner tonight, Darth, Rosie? Here's how this will work. Oh, I want that to be my shadow color though. 2. Painted red, knock it down. So I'm not going to like this alter. I need to swap it up. Oh, Rosie, I bought a maledictionary. uh, bought the malediction army of the conclave. So we'll have like derpy tentacle people to paint at some point. Along with a derpy tentacle monster. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Much better now. Much darker red that I am liking. Now we can highlight this up with orange. What's up? Hi. No. Stop drinking out of that. Help you? Help you? Okay, thank you. So a little bit brighter. Bum, bum. Thank you. Was the pen offending you that was on the desk? Can I help you right now, Missy? Hey. Hey. You do not drink out of the wet pallet. You have three water dishes downstairs. All three of them are full, because I know I filled them. Apparently, and you are correct. No. No. So she likes to try to drink out of the water cup, which I've been rinsing my brush in, which I don't want her to do. Or she's been drinking out of the actual wet pallet. She'll like get on one of the sides here and drink the water out of it. How you doing tonight, Ian? Hey. Not free to drink out of, thank you. Help you? Hey. It's actually going to be kind of fun for this tortoise. We do, Judge. How are you? Finally getting to this anti-paladin portal. We were going to name them the Claw. Everybody has had a crappy Monday. Everybody. Everybody has had crappy Mondays. My Monday has been blah. Oh, good when I got stream going, though. I've been struggling with mine for the last 2 weeks. Well, technically 8 months, but it really only came to light the last couple of weeks. Why am I struggling to survive so hard? For something that feels like no matter what I do, it wants to come back and kick me in the balls again. Or it feels like it's one of those Vegeta days where you're just like, why does he keep kicking me in the dick? But Stream Elements likes to remind us we're doing all right. We are doing all right. Not perfect. Sometimes we don't need perfect. Ah, struggle with the idea of self worth too much sometimes for my own good. I was handed a project that was told, you must go fast. Everyone around you is going to do less than. So I was struggling with that last 2 weeks and really harshed my mellow, man. Messed with me in ways I didn't want it to mess with me. Rewoken old thoughts, and it's just like, I think it's time we start thinking about doing other things with our lives. Not as bad as yours, but when you're fighting with your self worth and questioning everything that you have to do, it's never a good day, no matter whether it's medicated or unmedicated. We are always enough. We may not be enough for one person in our life, but we are enough for ourselves. So yeah, that's where I disappeared for a week. It was going on for longer than that, but I literally had to log out one day. I was like, I'm taking time off because I cannot work on this crap right now. Mainly because the young engineer did not listen to a damn thing I said and just did whatever they wanted to do. And then said, oh, well, it's not a big deal, right? Yeah. Um, so, kind of in the weird history of queer, it's not exactly the same, Judge, but it's something that goes along the same lines as that. So, long before we started adding a lot of the alphabet to LGBTQ um, plus and IA and all of that stuff. At one point, they took out the Q from LGBT because for the longest time, queer had a negative connotation. Right. If you grew up in the '90s, it's considered a bad word, or it was used in a very negative way all the time. It wasn't until I was dating a partner that I understood why they were using it and why they brought it back. They brought it back because sometimes it was a convenience to get out of a conversation. Yeah. Um, so rather than trying to explain that I was an aromatic ace, they would just say, I'm queer, just to get someone to shut up and leave them alone. Because I didn't want to go through the whole dissertation, right? Like being able to say, hey, I need to take 5 minutes to go take my meds. It's really important. We're finding like that out really quick where it's just like you don't have to explain yourself that everybody just goes, I get it, I understand. Go do what you need to do. Walk away and be chill. But like some people have a tendency to try to overhelp or they like ask a bajillion questions and you're like, I just want to go to my car for like 5 minutes, cry, and take what I need to take. Can you just leave me alone? Oh, stretchy stretch. But we were able to knock out her. Kind of like where she ended up. I really like how this blade turned out, and I think I'm going to kind of keep. I think I'm going to lean back on that when I want to do like a magma base and stuff like that. Is just try to. Yeah, sword came out real nice. I did not like the black and white that I had on there. I hated the black and white. Like I looked at it and I wanted to throw the miniature across the room. So I repainted it. First bit of stream was doing it in green. Didn't like how the green came out. Or I did green on this side. I was like, oh, since it's going to be on this side, it's going to reflect. It's going to reflect some of the armor and like the reds and the oranges. And I did the red and the oranges. I'm like, oh, I really like that. Let me go ahead and do this side. I don't care if it works or not. So, kind of feel like it fits in theme with everything, and it's cohesive, and that's nice. So I'm taking somewhat of a similar idea, and I'm doing a red-footed tortoise modified for this shell. So we'll do dark black, red, violet on the inside, and then do like an orange yellow on the outside to kind of match up with what it would be for the points of the red-footed tortoise. I can bring the photo back up in a second. So I was looking at my tortoise photo. So I have types of tortoise because when I was doing it for Baka, and I was looking at them. I'm like, oh, the Burmese star tortoise would be kind of cool, just to do like that white inside. Then I was looking through. I was like, oh, hey, this red-footed tortoise might be kind of cool to do on the outside. So he could have like that red, angry looking face into him, all that jazz. And he could really stand out. And he'll have like, and if I do like the black and white armor or non metallic metals, I can mix in a little bit of blue and make it pop out. So it's kind of like, oh, yeah, that's going to kind of jive. And it kind of it kind of fits for being an anti paladin. Right. Tis but a scratch. Tis but a scratch. Oh, is that where she's at?
Oh, I see. Running away, eh? You yellow BS. Come back here and take what's coming to you.
Start quoting back the Black Knight from the Holy Grail. "'Tis but a flesh wound." I know. I That was part of why I re-enabled that. It's probably when I started having a downward spiral. I looked over at chat and I'm like, I can't right now. Were you on Saturday when I was telling the story of how I ended up in a Mighty Python Brit track at a convention? And there's a line out the door, and I was just like, okay, well, there's one seat open now. Uh, so if I go to like an actual convention, sometimes I will go into like full like I was having a bad convention. Had like a really big emotional roller coaster one time, and decided that it was wiser to. I needed to be moving somewhere or doing something at all times, kind of deal. So I'd gotten in line for because I was waiting for another panel, and I randomly ended up in a Monty Python fan panel, which was essentially everyone going through the various Monty Python skits, picking out from the scenes from a hat, essentially from "Is She a Witch" to all kinds of different things. And it was a fun panel. But I realized I was not in the room that I needed to be in for myself, so I had to leave. I enjoyed when Garrett Wong was fighting with the Brit track because they were trying to assimilate the Star Trek panel. Yes. That I enjoyed more. But then, because so like the convention I would go to had a bunch of different groups of panels. So I had like what they called tracks. So I had like a Brit track, which was all British, like all things British TV, all things British comedy, stuff that would come over that was just it's like a cult classic all the time. Somehow they were sharing the same room with the Trek